But now it's time for everyone's favorite fan of the show and definitely one of the best writers. This was from Thursday last week. We didn't get a chance to read it. Chief Kickabitch of the Slap-A-Hoe Nation has a new Charlie story.
All right. I love the Charlie stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed a couple of typos and instances of subject-predicate mismatch in the story I sent you, so I fixed them and decided to attach the Yale University hustle. Say that 3 times fast. If I don't get to read it, he goes through and, edits it for me so that it's even better. I love this guy. I was going to write up the story on how Charlie and I got into the collectible book business when a large supply of them fell into our hands for free. In fact, we were paid to get rid of them. I have to back burner that one because of an update on Charlie III, and it's sort of necessary. We decided to keep him out for a couple more days without telling his mother. During the 4 days we were supposed to be gone, she did not call once to see how he was doing or answer our calls once, so we figured out she wouldn't be concerned. She wasn't and didn't call to see where we were or even if he was all right.
Yep.
Lovely. After SeaWorld, the San Diego Zoo, and the Wild Animal Park, we drove north to take him to Disneyland, and despite my feelings about the evil people who run it. Although school's out, the wait times and at even some of the more popular rides were 10 minutes or less, making it possible to repeat attractions back-to-back more than once. The lines would have been over an hour long if they had not gone woke.
Yeah. Well, you figure, the attendance is down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, but people are sick of it, man. They're done. And yet they keep doubling down. Keep going, Disney, and we'll see you at the other side. I had used their website to periodically check wait times so we could maximize our use of the park, even if it meant carrying him, up to get around faster than he could walk. He loved it all, especially Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, Matterhorn bobsleds, Hyperspace Mountain, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which just happened to be open for the next month the day we got there. In his jacked up state, Charlie let it slip that his mother has a boyfriend.
Oh, no.
The story she told us is a complete lie.
Okay.
I encouraged him to talk, so he told me some of what my wife tried to keep under wraps to keep me from going off on his mom. I learned that during the time she told us she was in class, she was with her lover.
She was getting it in the ass.
Yeah. My wife had to fess up.
Well, I could see how it's close, class, ass.
Class, yeah.
It rhymes.
Either way.
There
we go.
Gay!
My wife had to fess up that she not only knew Denise had a man, but that her promotion was just a lateral move and her pay raise was just the same one everyone else gets after 5 years with the state.
Okay.
In the past, when out on a date, she left him home alone, sometimes overnight. He was being fed crap, and his improved diet is just one of the reasons he prefers us to living with her.
Good.
Yay, he's on the Walmart Calorie Beast diet. He knows that she's doing him wrong and said that he likes us better.
Ooh.
Damn. First, because we took him out of that ghetto school that he was afraid to attend because even the kindergartners are thugs. Now he lives in a nicer house in a peaceful neighborhood. Second, he got to see how other kids' parents take care of them. They have mid-morning snacks packed in lunchboxes, and they're well-dressed. We bought him nicer clothes that fit instead of ill-fitting thrift store stuff and concierge medical services, which is better care than we have for ourselves since his grandfather would have hooked him up like that. We also took him to his first dental appointment to have a couple of molars filled. He's going to need those for 5 or 6 more years before his permanent teeth come in. Third, he likes having a man in his life to teach him guy stuff and do guy stuff with him. Fourth, the wife always makes time for him, and that includes reading to him.
Nice.
She already read him all of Dr. Seuss.
I love those books.
Yes. The Wind in the Willows is up next, and I've started reading him The Hobbit.
Find the books Miss Pigglewiggle.
Miss Pigglewiggle?
Pigglewiggle.
Is that your ex?
No, my grandmother used to read me those when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I love those.
That explains why you became a Hawk Slayer.
I walked in.
That was beautiful. Zing, right in there, man.
I walked right into that one, man.
You walked in with arms wide open like, oh, yeah.
It'll be fine.
Right in the face.
Oh, man.
Oh, he continues here. Part of Sir Keith's scheme involved enlisting Charlie to drive Denise crazy. This ought to be good. She has him taking subtle digs at her parenting skills, the kind of things a soon-to-be first grader would innocently say. All she does is make the occasional comment that gets him thinking, and he makes a spontaneous complaint to his mother here and there about his mistreatment. My wife is there to lend her a seemingly sympathetic ear when she vents her frustration to allow her to let off steam to prevent outright abuse, but not enough to help her hang in for the long haul as she stirred the pot. I think she wants him to join the guys she's seeing, but can't because she's been keeping Charlie's existence a secret from him.
Wow! Flowers in the attic situation.
This is how single mamas date. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to start a family.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
She's a real winner here.
Oh, wow.
I knew there had to be something up with her because even early on in the stories, I'm like, if everything that I'm hearing about Charlie Jr. is true, she can't be a good egg.
No.
There's got to be something rotten in skid mark, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
In another month, we'll be able to plausibly claim to have had him living with us for 6 months. That's when the only thing we will need to adopt him is Denise's signature on the appropriate form.
Okay.
The adoption scheme is on track for completion within 2 months if all goes according to plan. And it will, even if I have to pay that guy to not dump her for another few months.
Okay.
You know, if you just, I know it's single mama pussy.
Listen, I hope you're successful. I really do.
Yeah. It sounds like he's way better off with you. Before we went to Disneyland on the 16th, I decided to show Charlie that there is money everywhere and people lining up to give it to you everywhere if you motivate them properly. I had heard on the radio on the way there that one of the local theme parks was having a $15 admission for Southern California stand residents if they donate one canned food item. So we stopped at the 99-cent store and bought 500 cans of different types of food at 2 for $1. From there, we went to the sidewalk near the front of the park and informed people of what the deal was.
Nice.
Almost none of them had cans of food, and almost all of them were California residents or residents with out-of-state guests, and none of them wanted to take the time to go to the store. Some of them had to go to the ticket booth to make sure they weren't being conned. I couldn't blame them because I couldn't expect a family of 5 to just fork over $75 based on my word, but they came back. The price for one admission at the gate was $99. Like I told Charlie, they were lining up to give us money. Dude, you're teaching them hustle.
Nice.
Great.
Priceless.
After we sold around 400 in around an hour and 20 minutes, some of the park's employees walked halfway down the block where we were selling on the crosswalk and threatened to call the cops if we didn't leave, so we walked away. There are laws against price gouging. I called Sir Keat to pick us up around the corner and had her drive us around the block to drop us off near the crosswalk on the other side of the park where we unloaded the rest of our stash.
Nice.
We drove off as one of the same guys came running out with a pissed-off look on his face. We waved to him, and he flipped us the double bird. I gave Charlie $50 in ones because a lot of small bills seems like a fortune to a kid.
Oh, yes, it does.
Got a good price on airfare, stayed at one of those places where businesses book their employees into a suite that comes complete with a furnished kitchen, and drove up to La Mirada from San Diego to save hundreds of dollars a night. We turned a nice profit on that trip to be spent on fall and winter clothes for the kid.
Nice.
Dude, you are a genius and a savage.
It's like 3 birds with 1 stone.
I mean, these aren't just entertaining. There's wisdom in here. That's why I love these stories. And I'm really glad that he's taking our suggestion and keeping them so that he can put a book together because I will buy this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I'll read these to my kid. He'll think it's hilarious. It's hot as fuck here in Central Texas, and I've been picking vegetables and digging potatoes at First Light since we got back, and then taking Charlie to sell them off the back of the pickup where there is higher traffic. Soon the sweet corn will be ready in time for 4th of July gathering that my neighbor is hosting. After that, it'll be time to harvest the various grains that I planted for chicken feed. My wife is canning tomatoes to use in making sauce and vegetable soups year-round. This is how a lot of us are going to have to learn to live, dudes.
Yeah.
You know, at the rate things are going, stores aren't going to be there forever because they won't want them to be.
Yes.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.